Hey guys, welcome back again to the TSL, Team Liquid Star League, and I've got Fonger here with me again for Game 3. This is between Smuft and BRAT-OK, with BRAT actually taking out the first couple of games. So, beginning the replay now. So yeah, Fonger, last game, looks like BRAT really laid the smackdown on Smuft. Got a game here on Tower Cross. Do you think Tower Cross gives the Protoss any options for, or is it going to be BRAT taking it again?
Oh, it'll be interesting to see what BRAT opens up with here. I guess in general, Tower Cross is biased towards your normal macro game, since your expansions are all sort of like neatly lined up and fairly easy to take. But also the sort of the flat nature of the map again, possible to do all sorts of early game stuff. And the cliff above the natural, obviously. Cliff
above the natural, I was going to mention that as well. So we see some sneaky stuff from Terran players again. Just to let people know of the positions, we've got BRAT as the Teal Terran at the, let's call it the 10 o'clock position, and we've got Smuft as the blue Protoss. At the bottom right, we'll call it the 5 o'clock position. And yeah, just once again, BRAT is ahead 2 games to 0. Smuft is here, and this is for the second TSL weekend tournament. The player that wins this will get a whole bunch of points towards the ranking. Ranking is nearly finished, by the way. It's is it the 22nd or later in the month that being wrapped up, or what? Yeah.
I think the initial ladder stage finishes on the 22nd, 23rd, something like that, and then it goes into the I can't remember what they call it, the qualifiers or something.
Yeah.
48
so
tournament anyway.
Got another 7 days basically, and yeah, really looking at the games coming up for the actual round stage. But of course, any audio commentaries that I do and that Fonger joins me for will be after the entire tournament, because they'll have other people shoutcast. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a couple of replays from that, but that'll be a while off anyway. So for now, we're just enjoying the qualifying stage, and this tournament will count towards it. We've got both players again just going for a very standard sort of build, both sort of getting their first production building along with their gas at the same time. But BRAT going out now for a little bit of scouting. I noticed that that Smuft hasn't even sent out a probe yet. Is there any reason why he might not have bothered to scout?
I think he's probably pretty confident that Terran's not going to try anything too cheesy. It is quite a big map, and the proxy locations. I think the proxy locations in general in the middle of the map, they're quite easy to scout, because you don't have to go too far out of your way to find them. But yeah, I guess he just feels quite comfortable with where he is.
Just putting down a second gateway. So very different strategy, obviously, from what he did last game, which was the 14 Nexus, and perhaps putting a little bit of early pressure on. We've got the cybernetics core researching Dragoon range, and in the meantime, Smuft is really just getting the factory at the normal time. Supply depot and everything. Second Marine coming out now. So yeah, looks like at last we'll see a little bit more of a standard game rather than the proxy we saw at the first game and the Nexus we saw at the second game. And game 3, hopefully, we'll be sitting down and seeing a little bit of mid-game sort of strategy. Yeah, so nothing too much that I've really got to say about it at this point. Any thoughts so far?
Well, it looks like BRAT took a couple of SCVs off gas for a while there, so it's my guess that he's going for a standard fake double. Just take his expansion, lay a few mines, and go for that. Whereas Smuft, 2-gate goon with range, presumably just make a few goons and put a bit of pressure on and then expand. Of course, you can't really get away with a 14 Nexus, or often even your 1-gate goon expand on this map, because the cliff is basically instant death against any kind of drop opener, because your Nexus will go down to the siege tanks.
Yeah. Now, when I play, I mean, I'm a Terran player and you're a Terran player, and we both find ourselves playing against Protoss players a lot, and this double gate with the Dragoon range is a really, really common Protoss build. What is I mean, maybe there's no absolute correct counter to this, but what is the right way, like textbook style, to play against this? In my view, it is actually to just get siege first and go for the fast expansion on one factory. Smuft is getting a bunker down before the command center and before he does anything else, which is an interesting strategy which I'd like to try. What do you think about that sort of?
I think that's something you actually have to do against. I mean, a player on my level actually has to do that against a Protoss that's good with goons. It's just the safest way to handle it. If you don't,
when you've got no ramp, or
siege in time, especially when you've got no ramp, yeah.
We should probably point out to people that Smuft is building a pylon to the south of Brat's base, although Brat looks like he's let those Dragoons in, but those Dragoons aren't going to be too much trouble because the Marines are easily going to be able to corner them and shoot them down. The SCVs are going to be able to polish off that last Dragoon. No, the Dragoon's staying alive. When the tank shows up, yeah, the Dragoons are going to be shot down, but once again, Smuft trying something, yeah, a bit careless there by Smuft. Didn't really like his attack there. He's really not going to be able to put any pressure on Brat for some time now, but as you can see, we've got a proxy robotics facility, so you reckon Reaver 3 times in a row, or some kind of shuttle attack?
Yeah, my guess from that positioning is definitely another Reaver. But yeah, the fact that he's gone and basically wasted 3 goons or so, and he's going for the proxy robo, and he's gone 2 gates, his expansion is going to be really late compared to Brat, so he's really going to have to make this work, do some serious damage, or he's going to be too far behind to come back.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried that we're going to see a repeat of the last couple of games where both times we've got pretty much Smuft not doing enough damage to Brat, and Brat's really had an easy time with it. By the way, I mean, Strelic was actually in this weekend tournament, and Strelic got beaten by people, and both of these players, I mean, Xiao Su didn't even make it. Both of these players have beat quite a lot of people to get to where they are right now in the finals, but I feel like Brat's really been having an easy time with these last couple of games, and he's not really been in any position where he's really losing and under a lot of pressure, so Brat must be feeling like he's having an easy time of it. Yeah, you're right, we have got a robotic support bay going down.
Yeah, it looks like Smuft may just be, he does seem to be going very much for the early game thing, trying to secure an advantage, maybe trying too hard to secure